we talked about it, if you see the clips or whatever, he loves basketball. Now I said the same thing I said. Obama loves basketball. Let's start there. Let's start there. If you see the quotes in the papers, he says that. He says that about sports. Both of you guys love basketball so much.
So that's one tiny bit of common ground. Did you get any sense from him that he was looking to change the relationship with the United States?
Well, one thing about him, one thing I noticed about him, he's very humble. He's very humble, man. As a kid, he's very humble. He's very strong as a man. He's very strong, but guess what? He don't want war. That's one thing he don't want.
He said in the past that he would destroy the United States.
Well, I just think that's coming from his father. I think as a young man, he don't want anything.
What else does he know about the United States and President Obama, from what you could tell?
Well, I can tell about him. He does one thing. He loves power. He loves control because of his, dad and stuff like that. But he's a great guy. He's just a great guy. If you sit down and talk to him, perception is perceiving how things
A great
work.
guy who puts 200,000 people in prison camps?
Well, and guess what? It's amazing how we do the same thing here.
We have prison camps here in the United States?
We don't have prison camps. Guess what? This is all politics, right? This is all politics, right? And the one thing, he don't want to do that. He don't want to do that. But you know what, dude? It's more like it. I'm not like a diplomat. I don't want to do that.
But it sounds like you're apologizing for him.
No, I'm not apologizing for him. I think the fact that, he's a good guy to me. Guess what? He's my friend. Guess what? I don't condone what he does, but as far as a person to person, he's my friend. But as far as what he does,
but
he can deal with it.
Someone who hypothetically is a murderer, who's your friend, is still a murderer.
Well, you know what, dude? Seriously, I guess what? Guess what? What I did was history. Was history, and guess what? It's just like we do over here in America, right? It's amazing that we have presidents over here do the same thing, right? It's amazing that Bill Clinton could do one thing, have sex with his secretary, and do one thing, and really get away with it, and still be powerful. And
How
that's
can
amazing.
you compare that to prison camps?
No, prison camp do one thing. We don't need to do one thing. Object that. We don't need to object that. Guess what? We do one thing. If like a friend to friend, right? It's a friend to friend. He's a friend to me. That's about it.
So you're going to go back?
Yes, I am. I'm going to go back, do one thing, and find out more what's really going on. Find out more.
Okay, next time you go back, you should bring this report from the Human Rights Watch with you and maybe ask him questions about that as well. You might learn a lot more, and it might press him as well. But thank you for coming on this morning and sharing your impressions.
Well, either way, guess what, though?
Here's the report.
Guess what? Thank you for the report.
Okay.
Guess what? Don't hate me.